All right, and welcome back to episode 055 of the
Okay
Guidons. Podcast powered by the Straight Co. I am your host, Grant Broggi. Today's date is Monday, January the 13th in the year of our Lord 2025. It is currently 0402 for your logistician type Zulu time as we record this live from 29 Palms, but we're not really live. Let's do a quick roll call. Is the three here from Utah? Did you guys make it out? The Green Mountain Boys? Are y'all here?
Yes, we are. We're on the line. Yeah, I'm on the line. I'm here. Can you hear me? Radio check. Check.
I got you. Just
you got me.
Can you mute your mic? I can hear kids in the background.
You got me. Oh, hey, quiet down. Quiet down back there. I'm on a call. I'm on a call.
Just mute your mic next time. And radio check for the Tejanos coming out of Frisco, Texas.
Not close.
Are you guys on?
Yeah, no, coming out of Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot you guys were RADT this month. Okay, good. So we got everybody on the line, sir. I'm just going to cover up some housekeeping. The price of Bitcoin is $94,867.02, which means that Bitcoin is up over 100% since we started this podcast at episode 001. I don't have my block clock here. Shout out Zach Copley anyway.
That's pretty high.
We'll just shout him out. And it's not as easy to look up as the price of Bitcoin, but I'm going to guess it's somewhere in the upper 80,000s would be the block height. Let's see what happens if I type in live. Nothing. Anyway, so with that, we got everybody here. We got a lot of exciting topics every week. It might be our last week. Wow. Every day is a gift. Every episode is a treasure. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all those new YouTube subscribers. This episode is brought to you by BW Tax. BW Tax. Every week that we keep recording is 1 week closer to tax season. And if you haven't filed your taxes, there's no one better to call than BW Tax. And with that, I'll turn it over to the slide operator. I want you guys to pay attention today. A lot of good topics going to be covered. Everyone stay awake. If you're falling asleep, just stand up in the back of the room. Don't let your buddy sleep either. If your buddy's sleeping, just give him a good kick. And everyone needs to be awake. It's real important information. And with that, the three, you got it.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I see we already got one falling asleep. Okay. We already got one falling asleep.
Hey, you on the right side. Wake him up. What unit are you with?
Oh, sorry, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Headquarters.
Okay. Yeah, gentlemen, we got 16 slides to get through. Do you want to I think we can get through these in 5 minutes. If you guys just want to push and get to chow.
Yeah, let's push.
Okay, let's push. But first and foremost, trash. Hey, I'm seeing a lot of dip bottles. I'm seeing some Monster cans. I'm seeing Zin tins laying around. Let's make sure before we leave this conference room, police up your area. Trash is our number one priority. It takes precedence over anything and everything. It's more important than training. It's more important than safety. I mean, picking up your trash essentially does lead to safety. So I just want to make sure that...
It actually happens, if I can just inject real quick.
Please.
It actually happens. I just want to dovetail and piggyback and add in onto what you're saying. But it happens all the time, and it happens so frequently that I'm going to show you a slide from 2009. You see that trash back there? That was 2009, okay? And that's how bad it was. And no one likes to take a range over that's full of trash. And remember, it's not your range. It's your battalion commander's range. And I'm not going to fight with you. I'm just going to go straight to your boss. Okay. I don't know why I'm an aggravated civilian coming off really hot on a bunch of people I've never met, but I'm going to. Okay. So anyway. Okay.
Wow. No, appreciate that. Trash.
I was
about trash.
Yeah, I was I'm a student of history. I was reading book on Napoleon. You know, he lost. You know why he lost the Battle of Waterloo?
Trash.
Didn't pick it up.
He didn't pick up his trash. He didn't police it.
He didn't
have a police desk sergeant. That was the problem. If you enjoy the trash talk, thanks for tuning in. If you don't, I'm sorry, but we really like talking about trash.
Yeah.
And my buddy, man, he's heard a lot about trash lately. I mean, it is, and the buddy of mine, he's with all these grunts now, and he's just constantly laughing. And all the other officers without mustaches look at him, and they want to know like why he's laughing. And I'm like, they're talking about trash again. This is hilarious. But anyway, and with that, let's get into the details.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Well, as is tradition around here, Trey, you've been hitting some lifts. How's the training?
Yeah, man, it's a little bit of a slower week. You got a old Kitchen 6 is getting ready to pop, man. So she's her due date's coming up on the February 4th.
For you non-military types, that means that his wife's going to have a baby.
That's it. A lot of people don't get that Kitchen 6 reference.
Yeah, they don't get that.
They don't get that. Yeah, man. So it's kind of we've been walking on pins and needles, but I got a couple workouts in, man.
Okay.
But it has slowed down. Priorities are focused less towards the gains, more towards gaining one more baby.
All right.
Hey, man. A third baby, that's tough to do against tall grass.
That's what they keep saying.
You're going for that family PR.
Yeah,
okay. And as used to be tradition, does anyone know what PJ's weight is as of late?
Oh, man.
I heard he's ballooned up. He's 285.
285?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Maybe PJ, just go ahead, flash your weight on the screen.
Yeah.
And wow, what a great number.
Whoa. Put clothes on next time you show your photo.
Love it. Okay. Well, Trey, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
Or more if you get time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That part.
If I get time.
Yeah.
That part.
Cool. Well, I mean, you got the two other babies, and they'll just take care of the new baby. Now
they're of the age now. Yeah, they're of the age now where it's kind of like, can you feed yourself?
Yeah. But okay, hey, take care of your little sister. Okay.
Making them pick up their own trash now.
They're police calling their own areas.
They're police calling their AOs.
I love it.
To teach them, if it doesn't grow, it goes.
If it doesn't grow, it goes.
No. Did y'all just make that up?
No, that's from Joey, the range control guy who I want to have on the podcast, like dead serious. He's a former company guns, and he's just so aggressive. And he almost died 3 times during the brief. So it's the range safety officer brief. And he starts off and he's real high energy, like entertaining, mainly because he was talking about trash most of the time. But then he would just be like, take 5. And he'd walk out back and just projectile vomit. And then he'd come in, his face was beet red, eyes are like all watery. And he's like, ugh. Anyway, and he would just pick up where he went off. So, all right, the sensitive munitions range, rating 600. He would keep going. And he's like, I'll be right back. Walks out, does it again, comes back in, and then he's like, I'm diabetic and forgot to eat this morning, and I think that's what it was. And I was like, yeah, either that or 38 Coors Lights last night. He's like, could have been that.
That's how diabetes works.
Yeah. And then he broke his belt. Like his belt just popped off like halfway through the brief, and he just acted like it didn't happen. And yeah, I was a big fan. And then he passes the test out, and he's like, he passes the test out like halfway through. So obviously I'm looking at the slide deck because I have a printout, and I'm just like going ahead and taking the test. And then he like gets to the end, and he's like, all right, time to take your test now. No cheating. So if you don't know the answer, you either just phone a friend on speakerphone in the room, or you ask me. And I was already done. But I was like, hey, was number 12 1,000 meters? He's like, yes. And everyone's looking around like, what? And so then I just asked like 6 more questions just for the fun of it, and he answered them all. And I got 100. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what's even funnier is I think you posted range safety officer like in the comments, and then I took that as the guys at the rifle range with the safari hats.
Gosh.
Coaches. Those are called blocks, not to be confused with blockchains.
Yeah, don't confuse them. It's called blocks.
His little trash speech was so good, though. It's like 2 minutes long, but he was like walking away, so I didn't you can't hear it all clear. But no shit, beep beep beep, garbage, water bottles. It was so funny. It was great. So anyway, yeah, trash.
I love it.
All right.
I love it.
Sorry.
Well, do we want to continue on with the update on how your buddy's doing? And I know you're there for moral support.
Yeah, I'm just here for moral support. He's doing pretty good. He's doing the old ESD draw, getting all his howitzers in order, getting ready to punch out to the fields. Nice and chilly here in the beautiful 2-9. Yeah, the more things change, the more they stay exactly the same. But yeah, I don't know unless you have any specific questions.
Did the Skittles? There are a couple things I like.
Oh yeah, Skittles.
Under your. I was like Grant's buddies updates, and I was like, I bet these things fall under that. So
do you know what Skittles is, Trey?
No, well, like the candy, but that's about it.
Do you know what Skittles is, Jeff?
Yeah, it's all candy. Comes in MREs.
Okay, so my XO comes to me and he's like, or not me, to my buddy. I just heard it from my buddy, but his XO came to him and was like, hey, do you know what Skittles means? And they're both candy. And anyway, then my buddy was like laying in bed that night, and all of a sudden, I guess he was just like picturing the teep in his mind. And he's like, oh, it's the teep, because it's like a green row, a red row, a yellow row, a blue row, like of all the different events. And I was like, that's why they say put it on the Skittles. So if you're like, hey, I need to do a gas chamber, what they mean is like put it on the teep, which is really stupid in my opinion.
No,
so stupid.
Yeah. Someone asked me today if I had any belly tax. And I was like, what? Belly tax? And I'm not like afraid to just be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's like, we got belly tax? Or at first I thought he said belly tat. And my mind just went to DC Talk, Jesus Freak, the man with a big tattoo on his big fat belly, and it wriggled around like marmalade jelly. It took me a minute to catch what it said because I had to match rhythm of his belly with my head. Jesus saves. Anyway. And then I'm like, okay, he's not saying belly tat. He's saying belly tax. He's like, or y'all just bringing personals. And I was like, I don't understand. He's like, do you have stuff that needs to go into the belly of the ship? I was like, oh, yeah. We could have just asked it like that from the jump, but
right? Like,
yeah, I guess I do have a belly tax.
Go put it on the Skittles.
Put it on the Skittles. Yeah, put it on the Skittles.
Why are we making this a different language?
Why? You guys got all your M's? Excuse me, your M's. You got all your M's? Like master sergeants? Like the letter M? Your immunizations. Oh, my shots. Yeah, we're 100%. We're good on the M's.
Hey.
What else did you have on that?
I figured running was under that one, and ordering food online, and then St. Babs, of course.
Ordering food online is a different rant that I might get upset about. Okay. So save that one.
We'll save that one.
I feel like can do St. Babs here in a second. Or are you going to St. Babs next week?
Me?
Yeah. Or no, yours got canceled, right?
Ours got moved. They haven't slapped the table on the official date, but it looks like it's going to be, I think, in March or April.
Okay.
I think March. So
yeah, no, the running one was interesting because we talk about a lot about strength training, how strength training should be the foundation of your workouts. Mm-hmm. And like if you're strong, your physical fitness will come. And so, I wanted to take the bet. Well, it's more like this. If you're going to do an exercise with 140 people, like what's a common denominator that everyone can do? Everyone can run. And there's I think there's like a lot of strength coaches out there that have these really big opinions on the military and what the military should be doing for, working out and running stupid. The military shouldn't be running. The military should just be, they should be deadlifting and squatting. And because when are you ever going to run to a firefight? And if anything, you might just sprint in a firefight, and your VO2 max doesn't matter. And the DOD is dumb. And, who cares if you can run, and blah, 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 blah. And while I tend to like agree with, hey, if you're a Marine, a soldier, maybe even an airman or a Coast Guardman or whatever, natty guard, baby. I do think that you need to be strong, and it's more beneficial for you to be strong, and that you're more useful if you are strong. I really do. But for these people that are also strength coaches that have these diehard opinions, but have never served, they don't understand, like, there is an element of mental toughness that can be made running. If I put 400 pounds in a deadlift bar and put it on a platform and run 140 people up to that bar, or walk them over to the bar and say, pick it up, most people can't pick it up because they've never strength trained. And so I can't, have everyone do the same thing. Also, have you ever tried to have 140 barbells out at one time, or 70 barbells, or if you had 3 to a barbell, whatever that math is, don't ask me. It's like near impossible. It's not impossible. We've done it a bunch of strength co. We've taken coaches out 2 units, excuse me, love being sick, and done it, but it is more difficult. And so I say all that to say, yes, if you're in the military, I think you should be strong. Obviously, that's what I'm selling. I want to sell you plates. I want to sell you barbells. I want you to get strong. I think you'll be more useful. But there is an element of running that is just useful, because if you take the same 140 guys and you start running, okay, if I'm running 6-minute miles, yes, not everyone can keep up. But if you're running a moderate pace of like 9 minutes, unless you are grossly overweight, which we're praying that, in the Marine Corps, there's not a bunch of grossly overweight people walking around. If you want to finish the run, you can. Like, you absolutely can, like, reach down, grab your junk, and keep running. And I think that's super useful for like unit cohesion, building people, not to mention all the cadences and, all the kind of morale boosting stuff. And I think that's just missed. And you guys probably don't see it because you're not an ex arguing with these people all the time like I am. But it's just like this strong opinion, like the military should never run. It's like, no, the military should definitely run. Do they need to be able to run 3 miles in 18 minutes? Probably not. My buddy took out 140 guys and they ran 4 miles at a 10-minute mile pace. I thought that was pretty good for 140 guys, at a 10-minute mile pace. And I wonder with some of these strength coaches, like, could you even run for 40 minutes straight? Could you run for 20 minutes straight? So I just think there's something to be said with that. Now, with that said, putting my strength co hat, starting strength coach hat back on, the reason I put the running thing in the notes was because when you're running, or if you've been lifting consistently, like I had not ran since August of last year. I did my PFT in June, and then I like kind of switched to my CFT gear, and then I took the battery on a run in August. And then I just haven't run. I've been busy. I've been moving. I've been getting ready to go, and I haven't run. So then Monday or Tuesday last week, I grabbed Gunny. I said, let's run. He's like, oh, sir, I hadn't been running. I'm like, hey, I get it. Let's just run 15 minutes. Like, we'll just run for 15 minutes, wherever that gets us. And we were slow. We were terrible. And then Saturday we went and we ran, a little over 4 miles. So if you're strong and if you're of a decently healthy body weight, the running comes back quickly. So, to the point of all those strength coaches, if you have a strength base, it's easy to get your VO2 max and your cardio kind of back into gear. Whereas if you've been running, for a year and you haven't lifted, you can't just go back probably, excuse me, and squat 400 pounds, right? It takes time to build that. So I think you need both. I do think strength should be the foundation, but I just thought it was interesting with running, how it just comes back so quickly. Anyway, hope this video helps. Like and subscribe.
Do you think running is the most efficient way to improve your VO max quickly?
No, probably not. I would do like a hit thing more than a low and slow. Essentially what we did last week was like low and slow, 10-minute pace, heart rates. Like, I'm sure for some folks it was higher, right? But I think for me, I was like, 130, 140. I think your VO2 max is probably somewhat genetic. And now being able to reach the top of your genetic limits, probably similar to like the top of your strength limits, right? You gotta like run a program to do it. But no, I would probably be doing sprints and resting. Jeff can probably talk VO2 max even better than me, honestly.
Yeah.
Not really. Cause I don't know. So the like running stuff. So there's like a book called the Training for the Uphill Athlete guy, Scott Johnston, has his like kind of now like endurance training program. So it's actually kind of interesting. I was listening to a podcast because now they have a couple guys as their on their coaching staff. One's like former Army Ranger, like won Best Ranger competition a couple times using those like training methodologies. Another guy's a former SEAL that's done like a ton of crazy, like fastest known times of like going up and down Denali, going up and down like Rainier, just like crazy times. And they like, it's just, you know, they come from like an endurance background. So listening to them, they're like, oh no, you got to build the endurance, and like the strength, like component like sticks around. And so almost inverse of what you said. So I feel like it's always just kind of tinted by whatever kind of background you come from a little bit, but a lot of the same time, like they talk about a lot, like VO2 max, like is, like you said, like it is a heavily kind of genetically weighted thing. Like you can have elite Olympians and, you know, their VO2 max is maybe not like that impressive in terms of like on paper, but then they go out and do these crazy like times in their event or like in some of their training sessions. I don't know. Yeah. Their thing's all about like building like aerobic pathways. So it's like a little different in like you're saying like low and slow. So it's more training like a metabolic pathway, vice like strength being more of like a neurological, like heavily based kind of thing.
Yeah. And I do think there is something to those guys, and I haven't listened to them, but in terms of like strength sticking around, but I think it only applies to people that have strength trained for a long time. Like I'm pretty convinced that I could not lift for a year and come back and squat 400 pounds. You know, or whatever the number is, somewhere around, like I wouldn't go down, but like most people come in, they, you know, they get the book, they get excited, they train for like 4 months, it gets hard. And then, I mean, literally all the time in the gym. I mean, just last weekend we run a Black Friday sale every year, and, you know, it's generally geared towards getting people back in the gym. And it's like, oh, I lifted for 4 months back in 2019 and now I want to start lifting again. And it's like, your strength's not going to be there, right? Yeah. Like it's going to be gone because you don't have a history of it. But if you take like a SEAL or these guys, and they don't have to be military, they could be anyone, and they train for, you know, Andy Baker wrote the Practical Programming book. I saw him post on X the other day where he was saying, you know, he trained for something like, you know, 25 years. He was a former machine gunner, but, you know, however long. And then he's like, I haven't squatted. I think I'm going to butcher this, but the point will get across. But he's like, I haven't squatted in 14 months. And he went and did like 500 for a single. But his point was that, like, you know, when structural adaptations happen when you lift long term. And so I think they're right in terms of some of that stuff does stay with you. I just mean in terms of the running point I'm making is, hey, I didn't get to the equivalent of 500 squat in 2 running workouts. No. I just meant like very quickly you can get to like, hey, I can keep moving and, you know, and keep running. And it comes back much faster than if you lifted for 6 months, then didn't lift for 2 years, then tried to lift again, that sort of thing.
Yeah. And I think you're probably almost being a little modest in your, like, I mean, despite like not necessarily being an endurance athlete, that you've been, you know, active duty in the Marine Corps for close to a decade, was doing, you know, CrossFit and a bunch of other stuff. So like you do have like this, you know, volume of training history on that sort of like in that domain. So, you know,
well, I think the other thing that people forget about is if you're pretty strong, and I mean, I'm not strong compared to like what we see when we go to the Arnold and stuff like that. But hey, if you're squatting 365 for 5x5, like you're 100% spiking the heart rate, and, you know, and bringing up that aerobic capacity. So, you know, that's the other point. Now, if you're a 220 pound man and your squat's only at 150, even though it may be hard right now, you're not having the same effect as if you got your lifts up in terms of a conditioning standpoint. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, you are right in terms of, if you lift consistently, I think your conditioning base is there. And then you just kind of have to like get the legs under it, right? Like open the stride or do whatever it is. But it's real. What is this, a lifting podcast? I came here for trash talk.
Go back to the first slide. Well, let's keep it in your buddy's domain here. Let's hear about St. Babs.
Oh yeah, St. Barbara's Day. What did we probably do that on last year? Probably like within the first 5 episodes, I bet.
Yeah. It was pretty soon.
Yeah, St. Barbara's Day, patron saint of artillery. Last year, old Hefe and I did it together at 14th Marine Regiment there in Dallas. This year, it's back down the hill. Yeah, and Trey, my bad. And Camp Pendleton. And it's just funny. It's just, you stay around. So what, Jeff, we commissioned in January of 12?
January, 31st, 2012?
Yeah, something like that, 2012. So, 13 years. There's just so many people still, or maybe we went in January and commissioned in March.
Yeah.
I think we showed up in January.
Y'all commissioned after me.
March 31st.
Yeah, probably. When did you graduate?
I was December of 11.
Okay, salt dog.
We're just a couple buck sergeants over here.
But I didn't.
The killer bees, more like the killer boots.
But I didn't go active until the summer because I had to wait to go to TBS.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In any event, it's just funny if you've been around the gun club a little while. You go to St. Babs, and one, it's like all the same. And then two, you just know so many more people. I mean, it's just crazy the amount of folks or you see people, you're like, I know. Thank God for the Marine Corps with name tags and rank on collar, because you're just like, Gunnery Sergeant Morgan. Yeah. So that's pretty convenient. And the old timers are there. But no, it was a good celebration. I was a little disappointed with the trebuchets, not going to lie. They weren't slinging the water jugs like they used to back in the day. But it was a good time hanging out with Cannon Cocker. And we got there, and so 311 was excused from the regimental run this year because they won the field meet last year. So like their staff went down to run it, and then they were bussing Marines down to do the field meet that was supposed to start at 09. And so a bunch of my Marines wanted to do it, obviously, and they're all in the Godfather tees. And so, of course, Gunny timed him by an hour. So he told him to get there at 08. And so all of the 311 guys were supposed to be there at like 8:30. Well, the run ended, and like the regimental commander talked, and they just started the field meet. So I'm like walking up at like 8:10, something like that. And they're like, "Sir, we need you on the truck pull." And I'm like, what? I'm like halfway through a coffee. And so like I'm pulling a Humvee, like almost yacked after. And then we did the tug of war, and we did the 240 dissing ass, and 311 got second, but everyone was calling it Godfather Battalion because like by the time the rest of 311 showed up, like everything was almost done. And like there was just Godfather t-shirts like everywhere. Everyone was like, "That's a sweet shirt." So yeah, it was fun. My forearms were pretty sore. I think I did like 5 tug of wars back. Like there's like all these battalions now. There's 1st Battalion, 2nd Battalion, 3rd Battalion, Fire Support Battalion, LMT Battalion, Nemesis Battalion. There's 6.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's not even including like the old school 611, which is 514. Yeah, so it was a lot of tugging and warring, but yeah, we ended up getting second in the field meet overall. But nice. Yeah, no, St. Babs is St. Babs. It was good. I found the Punchmeister. He was leaving to go to Fiddler's Green. He ran out of punch, so he came back, or he was leaving to go find hell, and he ran out of punch, so he came back to Fiddler's Green. So yeah, it was good. And we looked for the Yucca Man, and Lieutenant Colonel Dan O'Connell, 111 CO, for some reason was given a plunger. I think it's because like the 111 heads have been backed up for like 6 months.
Nice.
So yeah, he was walking around with a plunger all night, which was kind of funny. And yeah, that's St. Babs in a nutshell.
Love it.
St. Barbara, blessed be her name.
Okay, that's the Grant Buddy update. Well,
yeah.
Now I'm sitting on
I was going to go on a serious note. Are those wildfires anywhere close to Pendleton?
Man, the wildfires are crazy. The wildfires, no, are not close to Pendleton. They're probably closer to 29 Palms. They're in LA, Hollywood, Palisades, depending on who you ask. What I will say is Saturday morning we ran, and the Marines were off until Sunday afternoon. So I went to jet down home and got stuck in some traffic and went a different route, which like kind of brought me through Ontario and like back around a different way. I mean, you could see LA burning. You could see, and then I got home to where D's at, and like the car's just covered in ash. All the cars are covered in ash. But no, it's about an hour. I mean, it depends what time of day, and I don't know how many miles, but it's probably like 60, 70 miles north of Pendleton, maybe a little bit more.
Okay.
Seems like that's starting to get contained, but man, those fires are nuts. I mean, it is crazy. And a lot of those places, I mean, obviously you guys probably been to as well. I mean, we all went to Hollywood together, remember? So much of that is just burned to the ground. So yeah, we did some donations over at Sergeant Pepperoni's, Marine veteran there in Costa Mesa, taking donations up to LA. So we did that Saturday night.
Nice.
But yeah, if you got friends in LA, the OK Podcast is praying for them. It's a serious event going down.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
Yeah. Before we leave my buddy,
go ahead.
Well, before we leave my buddy, and since we're talking politics and governors and presidents and all that great stuff, so there's a POA&M, as you listeners are familiar with. There's a slide deck. We haven't really brought you into the POA&M yet. It's about 489 lines on an Excel document, running left to right, and you got to check them off green when they go green, who's responsible. And the gentleman that ran our POA&M would always refer to us as Golf Battery. And I would always be like, hey, it's actually Golf, but our call sign's Godfather. So you can say Golf or Godfather. And he would always say Golf. And then he said it. He came out and he said, when I'm president, we're going to change it from the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. It has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? And then the XO was like, so we're going to be Gulf of America Battery, right? And I was like, man, that guy was ahead of his time. Gulf Battery. I'm like, yeah. And now all the Marines want to go and take over the Panama Canal and invade Greenland. I'm like, I don't think we're going to invade Greenland. We're just going to buy it.
That's actually where you got activated.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't tell which of these are memes in Babylon B and which of it's true. But yeah.
Isn't that it's a fun time to be alive. Fun time
Amen.
To be alive. Well, yeah, now I want to revert back to the one topic to hear your rant on it, ordering food online.
Okay. All right. Let me set the stage. I feel like I know Trey's struggling with his internet connection, but the show goes on. But I feel like Trey will really enjoy this as he leaves. He's probably going to wake up his buddy in the back. So Jeff, you'll also enjoy it. No. So I go home Saturday. I got to be back up in 29 Palms Sunday, by like 1600 for the old ops log. And I'm down there. So we go to church Sunday morning and I got, like a limited amount of time. And so I'm like, hey, let's just order, let's call in a breakfast place and we'll get bagels or something. And Dee's like, yeah. So we call the first place and it's like, thank you for calling Bagel Me or whatever it was called. Sorry, or if you'd like to place an order, you have to go online. It's like I go to the website and wants me to create an account. I'm like, this is so stupid. I'm like, ugh. And so I'm kind of getting frustrated. I'm like, do you whatever happened to the times where you called a business and a person answered and you're like, yeah, I want 2 breakfast bagels to go, sausage, egg, and cheese. And somebody's like, yeah, they'll be ready in 8 minutes. And so then there's this other place by our house. I was like, oh, let's go there. I've gone there before. Couldn't remember my password. So I created a new account. And then I go to check out. And then it like takes me to some like Toast app, like after I've created the other app. And like, first of all, I couldn't even find out how to order. So then I order and it's like, sweet, you'll be there in 20, like it'll be ready in 25 minutes. I'm like, well, that's a pain because I want to be there in 8, but whatever. So we park and we're hanging out and talking. Then I go up to the window. I'm like, hey, Grant. And the guy's like, what's the order? I'm like, 2 Americano burritos. And he's like, oh, yeah, just a couple minutes. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go back, sit in the car, wait like 5-10 minutes. I go back in again. Now there's like a female barista there. I'm like, yeah, waiting on Grant. And she's like looking at all the tickets. And she's like, oh, can you show me your confirmation? So I could go and like I have a text from Toast that's like, thanks for signing up. And like I go to the screen and it said like 25 minutes and started counting down, but like I had never paid. And anyway, so I was like super nice. I'm like, I'm sorry. I was like, I was trying to call you guys. She's like, oh yeah, you have to place the order online. I'm like, I know. I obviously didn't. I don't have time. She's like, I can put it in now. It'll be like 20. I was like, I wish I did. Like I don't. And, but I just missed the days of calling places.
Yeah.
But with that said, I went home and grabbed my 10-inch cast iron pan,
yes,
pre-seasoned with grapeseed, cooked me up 8 eggs with a little bit of cheese, put them on some English muffins, and look how clean that bottom is now, baby.
Ooh. Made your own Americana.
That thing nice.
So, Yep. This is the pan. The pan's selling good. If you haven't bought one, go get one.
It's great.
Got the leather pan holder, which I named a pot holder because I feel like that's what people search for. They search for pot holders for their pans, which doesn't really make sense. But the pan is sweet. Wherever you are, you need two. So then you have a Dutch oven, which means you need two leather handles, which means that you'll be supporting my 401k. Thanks.
Hey. Yeah.
See, I thought when you were talking about online ordering of like how out of control, like if you do like a Grubhub or Uber Eats, like these fees are just crazy, man. Like you order like a $25, $30 meal for like 2 or 3 people, and you walk out the door, it's like $60.
I know.
Like,
it's insane.
It's out of control.
It's half of the total is the fees, and you're like what? I don't understand what these fees all are. Whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I love fees. Just love them.
Love fees.
So wrong rant, but yeah.
Yeah, no, same. That applies.
Same, but different.
Yeah, same. That's a good alibi.
Love it. We'll kick it over to a Trey slide. Open Range, the Western movie. Seems like you feel that movie is underrated.
Dude, I just watched that. I think it was last week. I was on the road and I was like, I got some time to kill. I'll watch a movie. It recommended Open Range, and I was like, man, I haven't seen this in forever.
Who's in that one?
Kevin Costner, Robert Duvall.
Okay, I can picture the movie poster or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to think. I think it's first famous people though. I think it's about it. There's probably some other ones. I don't know. But dude, super underrated Western, I think.
Who's in it? Jude Law?
Kevin Costner. Yeah, Jude Law's in it.
Jude Law's in it.
Kevin Costner, Robert Duvall.
Ooh. I will forever know him as Robert E. Lee in Gods and Generals. Sir, I love this country, but I love Virginia more. So they offered him to be the Yankee commander.
I was about to say that's not from.
That's not from Open Range.
Oh yeah, no, it was. It was. I think in Open Range he said, "I love Texas, but I love Mexico more."
No, that's Jude Law's line. Yeah, yeah. And then he says that and he leaves. It's a short little cameo.
Gotta go.
Hold on, I'm switching over to Tech 2.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Stand by and enjoy the Zen. Actually, while he's switching over, so I see he's executing his pace plan, which makes me really happy. His primary's not working, so he's just moving right along. And speaking of that, let's just play a little ad and shout out to BW Tax. And when I say
the thing that I've always liked about BWTaxLLC.com is that they are a smaller company, and smaller companies care more. In general, there's not a hierarchy of people that are telling you, make more money from our clients. They want you to make money. That's why you use them, because when you use them, they're gonna give you the tools to get the most money back from the government. That generally takes all of our stuff. But it's their mission. It's their job to get as much money back from the government and put it into the pockets of hardworking Americans. Great ad read.
That really was a great ad read.
Gum.
All right, next slide. Push.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on, Grant. Have you seen Open Range?
Yeah.
I know we're off this slide, but my internet's
never
working.
heard of it.
Dude, that's right up your alley.
I haven't clicked the clicker yet.
Okay. Hey, can you go back real quick? I just want to cover a couple things. I've never seen it.
Have, but I think it's been a minute, and maybe I get it confused with.
Put that on the queue for a deployment movie.
Okay.
I feel like you get it confused with Home on the Range.
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched Silverado.
Maybe I have seen this. Sorry to cut you off, Jeff.
No, you're good.
But maybe Kevin Costner's just a cowboy a lot.
That is true.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
Silverado, about a truck.
About Grant's truck with the broken gas gauge.
Truck wearing a hat, driving around the desert
like a rock.
I'm gonna keep playing that song, Silverado, better than my old Monte Carlo.
You know who wrote that?
My bad.
George Strait.
No, George Strait.
George Strait wrote that. Yeah.
I saw a thing on IG today that said George Strait made Oceanfront. It said made or maybe produced, but Oceanfront Property was 38 years old today.
Wow.
Jeez.
Okay, Jeff. Guess you're just coming out with bangers.
That's a young song.
That's a young song. Hey, old son of a gun.
That's a young song. But no, Silverado was a country movie or a Western that I watched, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I'd never seen it before. Kevin Costner also in it. A young Kevin Costner. Yeah, it is good. It's like
looks pretty good.
It is good.
Kevin Costner loves
a lot of people like Jeff
Westerns.
Goldblum's in it. Kevin Kline's in it. Danny Glover's in it.
Is Jeff Goldblum the black guy?
Yeah, he's the black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In South Carolina, we just call that a guy. It's true.
Well, what do you call him, huh?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I don't answer that. Oh man. But yeah. Okay. I'll watch up. Oh yes. And then Trey just jogged my memory. Yeah. You got to start building up that movie hard drive for deployment.
I know.
You're on ship. Back in the day, of time to watch movies.
Yeah. Is it so on ship? Are they doing hard drives? Are we back to that?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's what everyone was doing on my deployment.
Yeah.
But you could, and I'm sure now you can get ones that are like, if you figure out like who's going to be in your room, you can get one that's like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth enabled. And so like you can all like upload stuff to it. And so like you don't have to be connected to it. You can just like wirelessly connect to it and like stream movies off of it. I'm sure hard drive technology has advanced a lot since 2019.
Actually, that's one of the few technologies that went backwards.
Went backwards.
It actually went down. Yeah.
So
they actually left USB-C and went back to USB 2.0.
Wow.
Just out of nostalgia.
Like,
people
are watching movies too fast. Yeah. Yeah.
She had to, it's off of BitTorrent. Yeah. What's the old, what was the old music download thing? Napster.
LimeWire. Napster.
Napster, LimeWire.
I think Napster you had to pay for. Like, I think Napster was the OG, and then it was like behind a paywall, and then LimeWire. LimeWire is where I lived and breathed.
LimeWire was the last one I remember having.
Yeah. Back in the day when you used to have to steal music.
And then that Metallica guy got mad.
Yeah, Metallica got real bad.
Hey Siri, play me Zach Top. And then it just comes on now.
I thought we were waiting for Zach Top to play.
I did too.
Beer for breakfast. Beer for lunch.
Let me close my eyes. Zach?
Yeah.
It's only great.
Zach?
Oh my God.
Zach, is that you?
Speaking of that, Diana got that on vinyl. And I listened to the whole album. I think it's called Cold Beer and Country Music.
Sounds right.
And, when you listen to vinyl, you listen to it correctly. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, D, how old is this guy? And I can't remember if he was 24 or 25.
Jeez.
And I'm like, how does he know about so many life experiences at such a young age? Like, how is this? There's no way he's writing his own music.
No way.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, the more I was doing, I'm like, man, this is straight out of the 90s. There's like a little bit of like Garth Brooks kind of like sound sprinkled in there.
How dare you? Zach Top can't even jump. He has no knees.
That is true.
Garth Brooks is the jumping guy.
No knees.
Top co-wrote every song on his debut album. Okay, co-wrote.
That's open for interpretation. Yeah. He picked out the title of each song.
I've been listening to a lot of Charlie Crockett too.
Ooh, Charlie Crockett.
I like Charlie Crockett.
Yeah, I can't remember.
You need to listen to what's the one I text you about? It's going to bother me.
Man.
South Side of Heaven.
Ooh, what was that? Let me find
I'm looking
scroll back through the archives.
The Man from Waco. I like that one.
Did you put that on the Skittle?
Yeah, put that on the Skittles to listen.
Ryan Bingham. Have you listened to Ryan Bingham?
Oh, yeah. Ryan Bingham's good.
Oh, huge Ryan Bingham guy. Never heard of her.
Yeah. I was like, that didn't sound sincere.
I know you guys dug like 3 floors down to find that music.
No, you would know, right?
I was going to say, if you're listening to Charlie Crockett,
he had a bigger one,
you
right?
Definitely. Yeah. Charlie Crockett's a lot lower in the dirt than Ryan Bingham.
I've just been listening to a lot of Ronnie Millsap.
What about Steve Earle? You put him on the slide deck.
Steve Earle. Yeah, Steve Earle. What song was listened to by Steve Earle? It's so good. Is it Guitar Town or something?
Oh, that's one of them.
To Guitar Town. Yeah, my roommate, Kyle Janney, if you ever listen to this, you probably won't. My freshman year roommate at the Citadel, his favorite song was Copperhead Road. But yeah, the Guitar Town song's really good. And the song, does Charlie Crockett sing the song Hard Times?
I think so.
It's about a bar and they do a lot of gambling and they're all going to go to hell or something. But you think he's talking about hard times, but then he's like, "Welcome to Hard Times," which is the name of the bar. It's pretty. Anyway, so with that, those are our top 10 favorite country songs. Thanks for tuning in. No one get mad in the comments.
Get mad.
Tyler Childers.
Yeah. My guy.
Hard Times. Tyler Childers.
Great voice.
Not Charlie Crockett.
Charlie Crockett, Tyler Childress, Davy Crockett.
Tyler the Creator.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, Tyler the Creator.
My brother.
Evan the Card Guy. Mr. Beast. Caleb Gottlich, who no one commented last week.
I know. I checked the other day and I was like, dang
no one commented. Sorry, Caleb. If you were wondering last week who that ad read was from, it was from Dr. Gottlich, who requested to be a second-time guest. But the rules are the rules. And these aren't our rules. They're your battalion commander's rules.
Yes, sir.
And we're not going to fight with you. Okay. I'll go straight to the battalion commander.
He won't come on again unless we're just desperate. And then we just need to guess.
Yeah.
So probably.
Can't wait to get Grant's buddy on.
Oh, dude. Grant's buddy is going to be a good guest.
Get back from that deployment, back on U.S. soil. Oh, man. He's going to be hilarious.
When he comes, he better be in dress blues. Or alphas. Better be
I was thinking service alphas.
Ooh,
yeah. With Sam
He's
Brown.
Checking in. Yeah.
Checking in.
Next slide.
Okay. I guess we should talk about the college football playoff.
Here we go.
I honestly have nothing to say about it. I watched 10
2
minutes
good games.
of each game.
They were good games.
So, can I recap the Penn State game real quick?
Yeah.
Wait, it was Penn State Notre Dame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Penn State Notre Dame. So super busy. Get down to Camp Pendleton, doing stuff all day. St. Babs kicks off. I'm in the gun park, 11th Marines. My EWS instructor's there, talking to a bunch of folks. They're going through the skits and everything, and then finally someone comes on the mic and is like, the game is tied at 24-24 and Notre Dame has the ball with 6 seconds left. And my first thought was, there's college football today? I had no earthly idea.
Yeah.
And they came back over and said that Notre Dame won. So that was how much I watched of that game.
That one took me by surprise too. I didn't realize I knew the game was that week and then it was the day of and I was like, oh, the game is on today. Oh, I guess because they can't put it on the weekend because the NFL is in playoff mode, so they own the weekends.
Yeah. So that game was good, though, right, Trey?
Oh, dude, super
Penn State was up, 10-0, and then Notre Dame stormed back?
Yeah, Notre Dame did. I think Notre Dame is, I don't know. I think I've picked 3 different teams during these playoffs to win. Right now, I'm leaning Notre Dame right now, man. I think they're just a good team. Yeah. Marcus Freeman has done... My buddy said this best. He's done the impossible and made people like Notre Dame, that the head coach for Notre Dame.
Yeah, he is a likable guy, but I still hate the team.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Everyone hates the team, but everyone loves Marcus Freeman.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how anyone anywhere on any continent, on any planet, on any state, in Mars with Elon Musk and a rocket ship with Russians. I don't know how anyone could ever pull for Ohio State under any circumstances ever. So
unless you're playing Notre Dame.
Go Irish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pulling for Ohio State. Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Out of the two, I'm Irish.
I don't think Notre Dame's actually good.
I'm half Irish. I have a red mustache. They got Jesus in the outfield or infield or out zone or whatever that would be called. Yeah. There's angels on the 50-yard line. You know what? I'm a Notre Dame fan. Go Irish. Touchdown, Jesus.
I
do think Ohio State wins, though.
That Notre Dame defense is good, man. I pick. Okay, you pick Ohio State. Jeff, are you picking Ohio State?
Yeah.
I've also been wrong about every single thing.
Yeah, I know. Same here. I picked Texas to win.
I haven't gotten a single thing right. Yeah.
Jeff picked Boise State, so he was out a while back.
Boise State.
He was really
Georgia.
He was really passionate about that.
Yeah.
For us being college football fans, just don't listen to us. Yeah, I picked South Carolina to lose almost all their games.
I don't claim to be an analyst. I'm just a fan.
Yeah,
man.
The portal changed everything. Did you guys see Deion Sanders, Coach Prime's new rules?
No.
No slides. No slides. You'll sit in the front row of every class, and if you fail anything, we're taking money from your NIL deal. And no headphones on campus.
What? No headphones?
He's going to be the next Cowboys coach.
Yeah, so him and Jerry Jones are talking.
That would be awesome.
He's not going to leave.
Crazy.
I'm just pulling for Coach Prime wherever he goes.
Why would you go to the Dallas Cowboys? I don't know. He's not leaving.
I mean, I imagine the money's a lot better there than Colorado. I do think he has something to prove in Colorado.
You got to work for Jerry Jones, though. That's the only downside.
Yeah, there's that. And you have to live in Texas.
And you got to coach the Cowboys.
America's team.
And I don't think that I think his brand of coaching works well for college kids, but I don't think he's gonna be able to kind of flex on a 10-year NFL veteran to be like, hey, not wearing no slides in my meeting. They're gonna go, oh, okay.
Okay. I mean, although Bill Belichick made stuff like that.
I guess it works.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean though. Speaking of Cowboys, Buffaloes, Auburn Tigers, Gamecocks, and Notre Dame Fighting Irish and Ohio State Buckeyes.
I wish we knew a guy.
If you got a team and you don't have a helmet, call Mr. Helmet. Call Mr. Helmet. Actually, don't call Mr. Helmet. That's a waste of your time. Don't call. You want online ordering. Forget calling people like we used to back in the day. You want to order online. And you don't want to go to the greenest of gridirons and go through their site. You want to click the link in the show notes right below. And you want to go and pick out your favorite helmet, customize it with a visor, get some cool extra stickers on there. I think the more you spend, the more you save. Mr. Helmet, you like this podcast? You like the fact that this show was supposed to be over 3 episodes ago, but it's still coming? It's because of all you college football fans that are still buying helmets. www.mr. No, that's wrong. Go to the show notes and click that link or just DM us. Okay, I'm ready to visit Mr. Helmet, and we'll send you a link. That's what we've always done. We'll never stop doing it, and we never will.
True.
Mr. Helmet, I want to say .com, but I can't hear.
God, that would be great. You need to get that website.
Goes. Yeah, I'm sure. No, actually, let me just go to that.
Go ahead. Let's do a little in-stride research.
I'm going to do a little turkey peek.
I'm a little bit upset that he
site can't be reached. It looks like it's free.
Ooh.
I'm surprised he doesn't own that.
Yeah, the fact that he hadn't changed his company name by now, a little bit upsetting.
Yeah, it's almost like he probably makes a lot more money than all of us combined. And
what?
Probably. Just slinging tiny helmets out for tiny heads.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And full size.
Oh, and full size for big heads.
Can't be any money in that.
For big heads.
This country doesn't like football.
Hell no.
Oh, man. All right.
Mike Vrabel. Slides.
Mike Vrabel, man. Patriots.
How you feeling?
Yeah, exciting. I kind of wanted him for a while. I didn't follow him that well at the Titans, but he seemed like a coach I mean, I know he did good. I don't know why he got fired. I don't know, but like I know he had a couple seasons there where he was good. Obviously, Patriot losing. Nation loves him. Well, but like let's just look up his stats.
That terrible, and
I just think they didn't win anything.
Quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like, I know he had some good defenses when he was there.
All right. How old do you think he is?
He also had Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's the interesting 49. Thing with him. Okay. Yeah. The interesting thing with him is that whenever he took over for the Titans, like he was stepping into a pretty good situation. And so I'll be curious how he take
it away from him. Kind of like when
I'll be curious how he does because like
I get it.
The Patriots aren't in a good situation right now.
Yeah. Coaching career, linebacker coach at Ohio State, linebacker coach at Houston, head coach of the Titans on a 5-year deal starting in 2018. Let's see. 2018, they went 9-7. 2019, 9-7. And they upset the Patriots with Derrick Henry.
Oh, I do remember that.
And they were eliminated in the AFC Championship by the Chiefs. 2020, 11-5. Lost in the wild card round. 2021, 12-5. Number 1 seed. With the game tied against Cincinnati Bengals at 16-16 with under 30 seconds left in regulation, a pass by Tannehill would be intercepted. Lost, but he was AP Coach of the Year. 2022, Titans would start 10-3, but they would lose 7 straight games and miss the playoffs, and he got fired. And then he went to the Cleveland Browns as a coaching consultant. And then now he's at the Patriots. So I don't know. I think it's a good pickup, but that's probably just because I'm a fan. Don't listen to me. I've been 0 for
I think
419. But I think it's a good fit. We'll see. Next slide.
Okay.
Okay. Good dude. Good dude. Mike Vrabel. Good dude. Good because he's from the South. Of Ohio.
Question for you two gentlemen.
Wait. Oh, us?
Yeah. Television sports blackouts. Do you guys understand how those work or why those occur?
Say that one more time.
I do. Television blackouts, like when you're on YouTube TV and you go to click a game, it's like, this game is not available.
And it's like your local team. You're like, oh, I'd like to watch, in this case, the Utah Hockey Club. And they're like, nope, this game's blacked out. You can't watch it. And you're like,
I don't understand it, quite honestly.
Trey?
No, I don't think so. I don't get it. I can't even explain it because it's never happened to me. I don't think.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting.
Trey running that VPN over there.
Okay. I'm in Italy right now, baby.
Pretending to be in Texas.
Are you watching like ESPN 8? Trying to get something?
No, like Carolina Panthers. Like you go to click the game. And it's like, this isn't available in your area. Because I think they want you to buy the I think they want you to buy like the local cable or something. I don't know how it works.
I don't even know if it's, I don't know. But I don't know.
Big blackout guy.
I know I've seen it explained, but I don't remember. And I was like, maybe they know, but they just seem stupid.
What's frustrating to me is
games.
See, what I hate is like when your game's like the 2:30 game and the 11 or the noon game is like going late. And then you get dropped into the game you're actually going to watch like halfway through the first quarter. That's what bothers me. But that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Speaking of local teams that you can't watch, how about some local military units to me there in Orange County, Jeff? Old Tustin.
Tustin.
Maybe a couple of Humvees people couldn't find the keys for.
I forgot to put that slide in there.
You forgot the lead slide.
I forgot to put that slide in there. Well, I mean, yeah, I saw some thing pop up on my like Google News feed that was like, oh, some military Humvees got stolen. I'm like, oh, joke's on those guys. Those things.
Do tell. What happened?
A block. Those things.
Well, who's on duty?
Block. The engine caught on fire.
well, so Jeff's right. But what's also funny is like, people are like, whoa, I can't believe this happened. I'm like, I can. You ever rolled up to one of these bases? Like everything's unlocked. And then it's so funny. Listen to what was stolen, Trey. It was Army base. No loss of weapons or ammunition. Don't worry. The site count's good. They just lost the following: 3 Humvees, 1 armored. And then they had the admin numbers for them. And then 8 machine gun vehicle mounts, which probably don't work and are just in the back of the one that has like a truck bed. 7 freestanding machine gun tripods, medical equipment, which probably means there's like a CLA bag, like in the back seat of one of them, 40 pairs of binoculars and 18 bayonets. And they still don't know. They still don't know where they went. They haven't solved it.
Oh, that's
the crazy part. It was probably stolen by Marines, and they just like drove it to another military base and parked it like online and put like oil drip pans under it. And everyone's like, whoa.
They just stenciled
finally got those vehicles back from the rip. All right.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah, that's where it came in.
Marines had a count coming
officer.
Yeah, man, we've been missing 18 bayonets for a while. Hey, I hear there's an Army base in Tustin.
I don't care where these bayonets come from, but they better be here by the morning.
The case just got cracked. I hope the Tustin PD are listening.
Yeah, we figured it out. Go to Seal Beach, California.
Crack the case. Yeah, don't go to 514 slot. They're not there. I promise.
Yeah, they're not there.
They're not.
I have it on good authority.
I definitely didn't have someone steal a new Humvee for the battery CO because the windows on my Humvee are impossible to see out of. So you can't change lanes. You're on the highway. You just call back to the vehicle behind you. Hey, is it clear for me to get over?
Man, I can't wait to head into Lead Mountain with a completely fogged up window. Can you guys still see me okay?
Oh, yeah.
Crystal clear.
Okay.
Got you licking
screen
chicken.
Just went off, but good. What else we got? We're coming down to the end. You know, it's been a long day.
2 more quick hitters here. First one, Darn Tough Socks.
Yeah.
Get them. They're great warranty. I know, Trey, you're a big fan of warranties. So
wait, what happened? Something brought this to mind.
I learned about their warranty. It's great. You can just mail them.
But you've always been a darn tough guy.
I didn't even know they had a great warranty. And then I learned this. So now I'm doubling down on the Darn Tough. You just mail them
Fox
socks
River
if they ever get a hole in them, and they'll just send you a new pair.
If you ever run into a fox in a river, you want to make sure you got Fox River socks.
Make sure you give you some socks.
Yeah. Potential sponsor, Fox River. Oh, real quick, while we're talking Darn Tough Socks and Fox River socks, everything in 29 Palms is named like Coyote. And I think it's just because it's the only living thing out here. Like everything's just Coyote this, Coyote that. Call signs are Coyote. The grills are named Coyote. The inns are Coyotes. I guess there's a Roadrunner, but anyway, it's just funny.
Love it. All right. And then the last thing I had, in case either of you were wondering, yes, you can in fact buy a $500 Taco Bell gift card if you want.
Oh yeah. How did you know that?
It's an option.
Did you test it out?
At the grocery store. And you know how like at grocery stores, they just have like a stand of just all
Home
sorts
Depot,
of different various
$50.
gift cards. Yeah. Well, the Taco Bell one was like, you could go as low as $5 or as much as $500. And I was like, oh, that's good.
Wow.
I'm glad.
I'm pretty sure you could buy a Taco Bell franchise with $500
for $500.
Oh man. I
Came
forgot
in
to tell you
here
guys the
by
best
this
part. It's a public service. I got to say, Brown, public service announcement. Should I name the business or should I tell the story? Then we decide if I should name the business. Tell the story first. The people that catered. So St. Babs gets catered by a barbecue joint.
Oh, fancy.
And I ate the barbecue. I didn't eat that much though. I had like one pulled pork sandwich. Didn't eat the potato salad, didn't eat the coleslaw. I had one pulled pork sandwich. And, because leaders eat last. That's what I always say. Yeah. And I wake up the next morning, we all sleep in the parking lot for 311. And I go down to the gym to shave. And you guys know the Polish gym. So I go in, I bang a left, go past the water fountain. I walk in. You walk in and you can go right or left. Right's urinals in a sink. Left is poopers in a sink. Mm. And I was like, the urinals usually smell worse. It's like 6:30 in the morning. And so I go, I turn on the water. It's like heating up. I'm like starting to pat my face. And I'm just like, oh my God, it smells terrible in here. And I turn around and there's 5 toilets. Every single door is locked. And every single one is like a pair of Crocs with like drawers down at their ankles. And it's just like bubble gut. It's like an orchestra, like, and I'm like, oh, like they all like stayed at Fiddler's Green till 3 a.m. and drank too much. Like they're just hungover. So I go to the other sink, shave my face, and I leave. I don't think anything of it. I get in the car and I'm out. And the Marines that I was with were headed back to 29 Palm. They were supposed to leave at like 08. And so the XO had left the night before with the first sergeant, and he texts me and he's like, hey, I'm going to like probably have to do the safety test on Saturday. I'm dying. I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, I think I have food poisoning. And then the guys that were driving back also got it, to the point where like they had to like stop at the side of the road, like on 29 Palms Highway, to like relieve themselves. And then I get a call from Mike Minigel, former Stranco employee, now first lieutenant type. And he's like, hey, are all you guys sick? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, like we're all dying. So then I messaged like 311 and they're like, everyone got like explosive diarrhea, everyone. Like everyone. I didn't, and my gunny didn't, but we also didn't eat that much. So maybe that was it. So anyway, for like 48 hours, everyone's just like completely out of commission.
Like China.
And so I guess I won't name the business, but the business was like, no, it's a Marine vet that got passed for major and got out and opened a barbecue company. And I was like, this was definitely on purpose. Like this was definitely like, I'm going to take down
special ingredient.
I'm going to take down the regiment. And so there's all these like super niche internal memes like floating around the battalion of like the business commenting like on the event, being like, what a great time. And everyone's like screenshotting and like putting their own text on top. Like, definitely not a great time. Like, you almost killed all of us. And it was pretty funny. So,
oh my God.
Careful. That's what happens when you let a Californian cook barbecue. That's what I've always said.
Oh, yeah. You're going to keep saying that.
Hey, cooking barbecue, that's tough to do against tall grass.
That's true.
I'm sure he's a good dude. He's just not from the South. The South. All right, we got any save rounds?
One save round.
Okay.
Shout out. We got a newer listener. I don't know if she'll be listening to this, but my sister is now listened to at least a couple episodes of the OK podcast. Okay.
Feature guest.
So hey, yeah, get her on.
Siblings on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Shout out sister. Boston marathoner.
That's right.
Yeah. We'll keep her name secret, for security reasons. I definitely remember it. Definitely something like Crystal or Christina.
No.
Or
Crystal.
Not Kaylee. That's a different one. Ashley, Lauren, Veronica.
No, it's Crystal. But it's just Crystal.
Monica.
Like no last name.
Closer.
Meredith. Maryland,
Mary,
Virginia, Kentucky,
meet Virginia,
Mountain Mama.
She's supposed to pack a day.
Yeah, that's what they say in that one Charlie Crockett song. I got a 2-pack habit and a motel tan.
Oof.
Yeah, good song.
Good song.
Any other save rounds or alibis? All right, cool. Well, this part of the show, you're good. Trey, in this part of the show, we talk about our sponsor, BW Tax. Played his ad earlier. We told you it's tax season coming up. BWTaxLLC.com. Give him a buzz, give him a ring. He has been getting some okay podcast callers, so we do appreciate that. He's a good guy, better at taxes. That's what we've always said. So hit him up, give him your business. If you like this podcast, somebody's got to keep the lights on, and our number one light turning switch guy on is BW Tax. And also don't forget about Mr. Helmet. Trey?
Turning switch guy.
No, good guy. Let's take a minute. Let's salute the troops. Carry on. All right. This has been episode
for the FTO downrange.
This has been episode 0. If you're not watching this on YouTube, what are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing? Come on now. Just having listen to silence right now. Come on. Episode 055. Correct. All right. Of the podcast. As always, like to thank our sponsors, Mr. Helmet, BW Tax. Believe if I go by the banner in the back, I believe we were still powered by the Strength Co. Verified.
Your last shot is a verified miss. A verified miss.
Verified. Oh no, the lollipop. Yeah, Strength Co. Great company, better at weights. We've always said that. Also, it's pretty good at weights, better at pants. Best at pants. Ooh. Best paint of the game.
Targets.
Don't shoot the pans. Don't shoot.
Oh my goodness!
No, hey, what's the best? Shoot the pan.
What's the best way to communicate with the Strength Co? I would say if you look at the link below, there's a Slack channel down there. You click on, use code OK, get a little money off. Okay. Ask some questions about lifting. Ask some questions about life. Just be silly, be serious, whatever you want to do. That's where to do it at. If you go to www.theokpodcast.com, you will find all the links to the social media accounts there. Give us a like and subscribe. Go to the YouTube channel. Give us a follow there. At this point, we all have our each individual social media accounts that we are all. Are you live?
No, I'm waiting for Jeff to go live so I can dance.
No, Jeff's been live.
Go live. I've been live.
Jeff's been live right now. Give us a follow. Give us a follow that. If you can find us, we're very active on it, so might as well give us a follow there.
Yeah, we'll find you. We'll find you.
Yeah, we're probably already following you.
And I will say, if you are a fan of the OK Podcast and want updates from Grant's buddy, the OK Podcast on Instagram has been giving some good military gouge lately. So if you want to know the latest policies on urinary hydration, whether or not you're allowed to defecate in the bathroom, what you should do with your trash, and if your personal items belong in the urinal, make sure to follow the OK Podcast on Instagram.
Love it.
Did you miss anything, Coach?
I don't think so.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.